Hi, hey Russ here. Welcome back to the shop. Today I'll show you what I've been kind of doing for the last couple of days. Everybody should know what one of these things are. These are one of those closet organizer shelves, and I managed to get a hold of a couple of them that are 4 foot long, and I guess it was probably one cut in half. Anyway, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do with it. I finally decided I rearranged my workbench here. I used to have first off, this is that workbench that I made out of a old antique desk. And I took it and I turned it into what I consider one of my best workbenches I've ever had. Anyway, that's another story. You have to go back and watch that to see what I'm talking about this particular workbench. But I used to have this little mini workbench sitting on this corner over here on that side. Well, I've come to the realization that actually I use it more if it's sitting here. Because of the arrangement of the shop, I have full range all the way around my workbench, so I can work on one side all the way across on the whole end if I want. So it gives me a lot of versatile capabilities. And it's big enough right here, even with the bench down here. This area is big enough to throw a sheet of plywood up there and cut it down with my styrofoam 2x4s if I want to cut it down. You have seen my styrofoam 2x4 video? Yes? Well, if you haven't, that's in the description too, so you can go back and check it out. Anyway, so I've actually turned this now into a much more comfortable area, and by having this little shelf, what I did was I put it right up above my little mini workbench. That's where my hose is for my shop vac, for my workstation area here. And what I did was, by having this, I just mounted it right behind my hose, and I hung all my stuff from it. Now I keep my clamps up here, which is really nice. I can keep some notepads up there, and I don't have to worry about it. These things are sitting up here, and I don't have to worry about them falling off, which I really like now. And yet, if I need one, they can come down very easily. So I like to use this thing for that. Also, I can put a lot of my stuff. I keep my glue box down there, which has all my glue accessories in it, and I keep that up there now rather than sitting on my bench all the time. So now it finally has found a good home that I can grab it real quick and bring it down. So this has made it really organized to be able to hang stuff. Plus, I've been hanging stuff on it, like here. I found this old key retractor that you used to have, like in the big companies that have the little tag for ID that you had to put on the sensor in order to enter. And I took that and I just put my remote for my TV on there, so it's always available and I can pull it down and use it. So this is pretty handy. I keep a tape measure up here, another one on the other end, and also I did this. I thought this was kind of a cool idea. But I took and I just cut a little square, and I took one of these clamps. You should recognize these. I used these out in my garden last spring to tie up my tomato plants, if you remember. So anyway, you can go back and check that video if you want, what this is about. But these are actually pretty handy just to have even in the shop. And now, just by drilling a hole there, I can slip this up in between and put the dowel in there, and now this just hangs there. So if I got something I want to hang up, like a plan or a schematic, I can hang it up and I have reference wherever I'm on the table. And I can put this thing anywhere on here. I can put it at the other end if I'm working on the other side. So these are pretty cool to have. These are just two little clamps I had that I did that with. And that just adds a lot to this. So anyway, I'm going to show you how that shelf works. But also, on the table itself, let me show you real quick. I'm going to move you a little closer. So I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to bring you over to here. So hold on to your hat. Here we go. Ready or not? There we go. There you are. So now you can get a little better view of what this looks like, I guess, from here too. But also, my bench, I've done some nice improvements on it. I like this bench. It's the right height if I'm doing some close-up work whether I'm assembling or anything. And now I keep two of my T-tracks right here. This one just kind of slips in on a couple bolts I put there. And if I put it in this way, it stays out of my way. But if I take it and turn it around and put it on there, now I have this nice little bench stop. So it makes it quick and easy to have a bench stop on this bench here, real quick and easy. And then if I need this square corner, I can grab the other one now and throw it in there, and just that quick and easy, I have a corner for to hold my piece in the corner. Like if I'm squaring up two pieces or if I'm planing this, this makes it quick and easy. So I like this little addition, the way I set this up. And I found another good use for one of my T-tracks. As you know, I love multitasking. So anyway, I also have taken, and now I've kind of permanently put my little jeweler vise right here. My face vise is right here on the end of this bench. Makes it really handy to work on from this corner. So this is working out really nice for me the way it is. Also, I moved my light to right here. So now, when I turn that on, man, it gives me a lot of light here. So it's going to make a great workbench area. And I just kind of wanted to share it with you. This is what I've been playing with for the last couple of days, though, was setting up this little shelf and rearranging my bench. And I think this is going to really work out nice. The other thing now is I have my tool board here on the rail. And now I can take this, and I'm going to take and redo this. I've got all this stuff that I just threw up there to have a place for it, but now I'm going to take the tools that I use the most from over on that tool chest or inside my hand tool chest here, and I'm going to try to put a lot of the most used stuff right here so that when I'm here working, I can bring this out and turn it whatever direction I need to get to either side of the board for the tools I need. And I think this is going to make a nice little tool board to have right around my tool bench. And when I don't need it, it's out of my way. So this is my new setup for my workbench. I really like it. If you have any questions about it or anything, leave them in the comments below. I also might tell you that this bench is not hard to make. And I've been thinking about this. If you take a good old office desk, a metal one, I've seen them. They sell for, around here, they sell on Craigslist for probably 30 or 40 bucks. If you want one in a hurry, if you wait and get them even cheaper. So, but if you took one of those like I did with this desk, it has two pedestals of drawers. And I put them up on their own boxes, took the little short legs off. But if you did that with a metal desk, built boxes under it so it holds it table at the right height, throw a piece of plywood up here with a 2x4 flat on the underside frame, you get a pretty good tabletop that will stay pretty flat for you. And once you set it on there, not only do you have this good tabletop, and I put bench dog holes around it, you can put T-track in it, whatever you want, but also the surface around it, which is all metal, now you can go magnet crazy on that and put all sorts of things, your tools and everything along the outside walls if you want. So I think that a desk actually makes a good workbench when you convert it, and you still get all the niceties, like the pull-out trays, so that if I want to get things out of my way, I can just kind of take and move them over here so they're off my bench, and like a little tool tray that is also, I can put it away when I'm not using it as a tool tray. So a desk makes a great workbench if you do just a little bit of modification to it, I think, and cheap. Quite honestly, one sheet of plywood and whatever you paid for a desk, you could have a good working heavy-duty bench that should stay pretty stable and give you exactly what you need for your first workbench if you're just getting started. So, me, I think it's the best bench I've ever had, and I really like this workbench. So, anyway, just a food for thought. I wanted to show you kind of where I was at. Now I'm starting to ramble on. So I do want to thank you for stopping by. Like this video if you did. Don't forget to leave comments if you have any. I do read them. And most importantly, they'll come back again because we know when they're done. So we'll see you again very soon.